It's time I made another one of these 30-day videos. I made 4 of them in 2024. I ended up only uploading 1 of them. I made a series, started making a series of 10-day videos as well, but it's 2026 now. Kind of got that itch again. I've rewatched the first 30-day video that I made in 2024. It was around the same time of year. And I see a couple of recurring themes that came up over that one. Creation of music, hiking or stair climbing, and Toastmasters was a big one. And those are all still relevant themes to me now in 2026. I have a pretty heavy Toastmasters week ahead of me. I have an educational session I'll be presenting at one of my area clubs on Tuesday. I'm giving a speech at my advanced club on Wednesday. I have, there's a division contest on Saturday. Sure, there's a few things in between I need to take care of, finish up area director reports. And, and prepare for a workshop that I'll be giving at the Spring Conference in April. One of my roles at Toastmasters is area director. I have 4 clubs in my area, and I'll want to do the area director reports for all 4 of them by the end of March. I've done 2 of them already. That leaves 2 more to complete over the next couple of weeks. Had a mixing session at the studio this morning. We finished up mixing on song number 5, Hunger, and I'll want to finish up the demo so we can start production on song number 6, The Stain of It, later this month. In the meantime, I have to get home and prep because I'm giving an education session tonight at one of my area Toastmaster clubs. I recorded 11 minutes of a conversation I had with Steve after we finished mixing to use as content. And I'll want to decide whether to edit that into a current vlog that I'm working on or whether to keep that as separate, put it into a separate video or a content piece. I'm giving a speech at my Advanced Toastmasters Club this evening. It's going to be pretty much a speech, the same speech that I just gave several weeks ago. I delivered that one over Zoom at an online meeting, and my goal tonight is to present it at an in-person meeting. So I haven't really changed the speech a whole lot since last time I presented it. I just wanted a chance to practice it without notes and in front of an actual in-person live audience. I've had quite a bit of activity the last few days, so today I went into low power mode. I have 11 minutes of recorded audio from a conversation that took place at the studio this week. Was thinking about whether I wanted to integrate any of that into my ongoing vlog about the making of Hunger. And I decided I'm not going to do that. I'm going to hold it back. I can create a whole new separate video around that conversation instead. The vlog video is coming out it's about 9 minutes already. I'm not going to be using the entire 11-minute recording. I'll be editing that down, but still, even if I cut it down to 4 minutes, that's still adding the runtime length from 9 to maybe about 13 minutes. Starting to get into territory slightly longer than I want it to be. So I think it'll just be better to start the finishing edit mode on the vlog and save that 11-minute audio conversation for a future timeline. I've received a confirmation that I have been selected as the nominated candidate for the role of one of the division directors starting on July 1st. And it is my responsibility to familiarize myself with something called Protocol 9. That sounds kind of ominous, doesn't it? Protocol 9 from outer space. The other day, I got a notification on my phone from my health app. It tells me that my average daily steps has decreased over the last 18-week period. When I look at the chart, I see that the trend falls off around December, which is no surprise. I did the CN Tower climb back, that would have been in November. And then December, we went into holiday mode. I got sick. And then January, February, we had a lot of cold weather, a lot of snow. I was not going out for walks at all. So yes, my average daily steps definitely has declined since December. However, it's March now. I don't know if I could say it's warmed up, but it's definitely colded down, maybe. It's not as cold as it has been before. And I think I need to start another 10-day walking sprint. So I'm going to start another 10 consecutive days of getting my daily steps in. Just did my day one walk, about 4,700 steps. Did a longer route than I thought that I was planning to do when I headed out. I was feeling pretty good and the weather was pretty decent. I even stopped along the way and took care of an errand. I did my second day walk today. Did just under 4,000 steps. I did a shorter route today. This will be my go-to route for the next few days until I get until I decide to do the longer one. I've got 3 of my 4 area director reports done so far, and I'm set up to do the last one tomorrow. So I'm all set up, ready where I want it to be for this week. I'm going to go out for my day 3 walk pretty soon. Tomorrow's weather forecast is calling for 85% chance of rain, so that will be a test of my commitment. I attended an online Toastmasters meeting today, and that was the 4th club that I needed to, for which I need to complete my area director visit report. I expect I'll have my report done and submitted by Friday, and that'll have me positioned right where I want to be for the end of the week. I did my day 4 walk, so I guess I passed my test of my commitment. I had wanted to go start my walk a little bit later in the day. I wanted to get a few things done before leaving. Then I saw the forecast said rain in 20 minutes. And I figured if I waited till the rain started, I probably wouldn't want to leave the house. It's not that I thought that I could finish my walk within 20 minutes, but once I was out, rain started coming down. It's not that hard. It's kind of a light rain, not raining hard enough to ruin the walk. So here I am, I'm done. My commitment remains intact. At one point I thought, maybe I'll do a shorter version of my circuit. Maybe I'll get done before the rain starts picking up. But as I reached the turning point to take the shorter version, I just decided, screw it, just kept going. So I kept the consistency of my walking route. I'm starting to lose count, but I think today is day 5. That's 5 consecutive days going for my daily walk. Something I want to talk about today is my goals for my music project for the year 2026. I came into 2026 having a couple of goals, one being to finish song number 5, that's Hunger, to finish that in March, and to start production on song number 6, The Stain of It, also by the end of March. I did complete mixing on Hunger, so that one's in the can now. And a little bit behind, I'm not ready to start production yet on The Stain of It. And it's almost the end of March, so I think I'm going to have to recalibrate that one and look for starting that one kind of early to mid-April. And the other goal I have is to start song number 7 around August, September timeframe. And song number 7 is one, I'm hearing that one as a more of a melodic, a ballad-like song that needs a female voice for it, a female lead, a vocalist for that. And I think I found one. I just had a conversation with one I was introduced to by a friend of mine. We had a nice, pleasant chat. And excited, looking forward to developing that project. All right, that's all for today. Today is Sunday. I skipped my daily walk yesterday. I was out at an all-day workshop, and so I didn't do my daily walk or my recording. I picked it up again. I did a walk today, so I'm still continuing the counting. Today was my day 6 walk. The workshop event yesterday went well. It was a practice session for the workshops that we'll be giving at the spring conference in April. I did mine and it went well. I got some feedback afterwards that was really nice. There were 2 participants that came midway through my session. And at the end of the session, one of them came up to me and she thanked me. She said, even though we came late, you welcomed us, you gave us a quick overview of what we missed, and you've included us in the end of participation. And we didn't feel like we missed anything, and yet we still wish that we had been there from the beginning. So that was kind of nice to hear that feedback. Hi. I did my day 7 walk today, so I've got that in, and my streak is getting pretty close to my goal of 10. And I've been doing some work on the video that I want to put on the free membership tier of my Patreon page. It's called Hunger, and it's very close. I'm happy with the cut right now, just not with the audio track. The audio levels are a little bit inconsistent from one section to another, so I just want to do a little bit of audio leveling out, just kind of create the audio master, and then I think that will be ready for upload. Hi, I did my day 8 walk today. Just 2 more walking days in and I'll be done this particular streak. I had actually recorded a whole segment. I was going to talk about the status of my video that's in progress, that I just need to but level out the audio mixes. I recorded that whole segment and then I just kind of went back and replayed yesterday's recording and realized I said almost exactly the same thing. So that's still on my plate. I don't know if I'm going to work on that today or not, maybe tomorrow, but I've given myself a self-imposed deadline to do it before next Monday, which is my next men's team meeting. What I could talk about instead of repeating yesterday's recording is club officer elections at Toastmasters. Club officer elections are coming up just around the corner. My home club will be having our elections in May, on the first Wednesday in May, and I've sent out a call for nominations, and we pretty much have potential candidates now for each of the roles. One of the roles has the same person has been nominated for 3 different roles. I'll have to check with him to see if he's okay with that, if he accepts all the nominations, or if he has a preferred role. I might still want to put out an additional call encouraging candidates for the other 2 roles if he chooses to only pick one of them. I did my day 9 walk today. I think it was day 9. I don't feel like rewatching yesterday's recording to confirm, but yeah, I'm going to call it day 9 walk today. So just 1 more tomorrow and I'm done this streak. And after that, I think I'm going to take 4 days off and before I start another one. I was thinking I would use this evening to do the audio stuff on my video for my Patreon page, and then I got a reminder that I need to send in a full-page advertisement for my Advanced Toastmasters Club to go into the program book for the spring conference taking place. That's just 3 weeks away. So I think I'm going to be using my evening working on that instead. I think tomorrow, I'm going to designate tomorrow as my audio work day. I've got a couple of projects that I want to do the audio work for. It's Good Friday today. I took yesterday off. It was Thursday. I took yesterday off. No daily walk, no daily recording. Back on track today. Did my day 10 walk. So I have completed this streak, this 10-day streak. I had only 2 days that I missed out of it. So it wasn't all 10 consecutive days, but I still did do 10 days in total. My audio master for the vlog that I'm preparing, it's almost ready. I'm pretty happy with the master, with the audio track as it is, except for a couple of spots. It just feels a little bit off. I'm going to check that again later in the day with fresh ears. Probably should only take a couple of minor tweaks. And with that, I think it will be ready to upload. I'll be putting it on the free membership tier of my Patreon page. I uploaded my vlog today, a little bit ahead of schedule, but it's up there. I was going to upload it I wanted to create a free membership tier on my Patreon account. I wanted to create a space where I can share stuff that I make, like videos and stuff like that, without making people to pay for it. For some of it. and just in exchange for having a membership tier, collecting the contact information, and basically in exchange for the attention of some people. It turns out that Patreon does not have a free membership tier. I can create paid tiers, which is something I do want to do. It is on my list to create paid tiers. Well, my idea was to have a public tier, a free membership tier, and a paid tier. But the minimum requirement to create a membership tier on Patreon is a minimum of $3 a month. I'm not quite ready to create that yet, so I ended up uploading the video, putting it into the public space. Maybe after I get some of the paid stuff up there, I may take down the free vlog. I might take it down from the public space, maybe remaster it, and put it into the paid thing only yet. I haven't decided that yet, but for now, it is on the public space on my Patreon. And I shared a link to that on my Facebook. I've had a couple of likes already on my Facebook post. I hope that my friends are actually watching the video, not just clicking like because I posted something on Facebook. I'm going to share with you a commitment I made tonight at my men's team, which is that by next week, I will decide whether the demo version of my song number 6 is ready to go to production. If it is, I'll book a studio session so that we can start work on that. If it's not ready yet by next week, then I'll have to kind of think of what it is that it needs to make it ready and focus on that. But my primary decision, the primary commitment will be about making that decision. And, I'm going to share another commitment that I made too. It came up on the team. One of the men on the team made a commitment that he was going to smile every day for 30 days. And then the rest of the team just got all excited about that too. And we decided to make a team commitment out of that as well. So we're all going to be smiling every day for the next 30 days. Here's my smile for today. And, tomorrow, I've got a Toastmasters meeting in the evening. I'll be going to visit one of my clubs. So that will be my opportunity to smile at actual people, not just in front of my camera. So is song number 6 ready to go to production? Well, structurally, it's complete. I know how many verses it's going to have, where all the verses go, where the chords change, all of that stuff. It's complete from that perspective. From an acoustic perspective, not so great. I mean, it starts off really great with the instrumental jam, but once the vocals come in, then the instrumentation that I chose for that, well, I've kept it at a bare minimum. It's just there just so I can feel out the melody and the pacing of that. But, it's a demo. It doesn't need to have great instrumentation or acoustic processing in it. It just needs to serve its function as a prototype to go to the studio. The other thing that's there for me to decide is whether I want to keep it in the key signature that it's in. When I play back my demo version, the vocals just seem really lackluster, no energy. But is that a question of the changing the key signature, or is that just a fact of when I recorded the vocals, I just didn't put much oomph into them. I just kind of want to get it over and out of the way with. So I think what I'm going to do is just do another pass at the vocals, same key signature, just put a little bit more oomph into my performance and see if that makes a difference and whether that will make the current key signature acceptable to go to studio. Something I think is still missing from the demo is the chord structure. I don't think I've nailed it down quite right yet. I think in the instrumentation, it sounds like some of the instrumentation is sitting on chords that are different or not compatible with the chords that are used in a melody. So that's something I think I'll want to straighten out before I declare this to be production ready. I did not do anything today on my music project. I did have a Zoom call this afternoon to prepare for a presentation I'm giving tomorrow in an online Toastmasters meeting. I think that's about all I have for today. I'll talk to you tomorrow. Tomorrow is my self-imposed deadline for when I wanted to make the decision whether or not my demo version of song number 6, The Stain of It, is ready to go to production. So what is the verdict? It's pretty darn close, but not quite yet. I still want to tweak it a little bit. So what I'm going to do, I am going to book a session with Steve for the end of April. And that'll give me a little bit of time to continue tweaking on it. I'm kind of walking the fine line now between perfection and excellence. And a little bit more I want to do with tweak the mix a little bit, but it's sounded pretty good. Oh, who am I kidding? It's ready to go. It's good enough. And I've reached out to Steve to book a session so we can get this project started. I had a practice session today of the workshop that I'll be giving in less than 2 weeks at the Toastmasters Spring Conference. I gave my presentation, it was a 40-minute presentation, and I gave it at one of the Toastmasters clubs in my area. It was an online meeting, and I found a couple things. One is I wasn't used to the online thing of doing it. Like the energy in the room is a bit different from the online thing. I was feeling a little bit off tonight as I presented it. Other thing I noticed is that I was kind of at the top of the agenda, so there was kind of like no warm-up, no introduction or anything. And I think that kind of affected my energy as well. The presentation that I'll be doing at the conference will be in person. I'm expecting that maybe there might be 30 people in the room or so. One of the pieces of feedback that I've been getting back is how am I going to do this when I've got a larger audience? When I did the practice session tonight and the one that I did a couple of weeks ago, the one a couple of weeks ago was in front of a live audience, and there were maybe somewhere between 8 to 12 people in the room, and it was very interactive. I engaged pretty much everybody, and that won't be a possibility when I do the presentation in front of a room full of 30 people. So I will have to just kind of pick on a few people, I think, three or so people, rather than trying to connect with everybody in the audience, and probably set up some pair-up exercises as well. Have them share their learnings and stuff with the person sitting next to them. I think it's time I turned up the dial on my DTM project. I talked to one fellow today at my Toastmasters meeting, asked him to be on my guidance committee for my DTM project, and he agreed, so that's great. I also wanted to talk to another member there as well. I didn't get the chance to talk to him before he left the end of the meeting. But that's kind of my plan for going forward, is get 2 or 3, well, maybe 4 members of a guidance committee all onto a meeting, all in one place, and got some decisions to make. I didn't really feel like recording today. I couldn't think of anything to say, but I didn't want to skip another day. So I asked Claude AI for some ideas, and it said, well, why don't you talk about where your songs come from? Well, I didn't really want to talk about that either. I've already made separate recordings where I talk about how most of my music ideas really start with the lyrics, that the words give shape to a melody. They imply the melody and the rhythm, and then once I figured out the melody, then they imply the chords that go with it, and the musical structure all kind of wraps around that. So I didn't really want to go talk about that again. But then as I kind of started thinking about that, I was like, well, I got a couple of things that I haven't really recorded yet. When I started my Tale of Two Cities music project, it was kind of during the early COVID era. And I had this pent-up creative energy, and I didn't really have any lyrical ideas to go out. Lyrically, I was feeling a bit dry, but I still wanted to write music. So that's why I borrowed from Charles Dickens. I picked that to pick some of his prose to write and wrap my melody and musical ideas around. And that kind of got me to another line of thinking that I haven't really talked about yet. I've had this idea been brewing of picking a well-known song or a song by a well-known artist, but a song that I'm not as familiar with, and starting with those lyrics and just writing my own musical arrangement based on the lyrics. A song that I've been thinking of doing that with is The Garden by Rush. I've heard it maybe once or twice over a year ago, so it's not like I've listened to it often enough that the melody's already stuck, so I don't really have any preconceived notions in my mind of how it should go. So if or when I eventually start, I probably will start that project at some point, because the thought keeps reoccurring to me. I just haven't really taken any action on it. In some ways, it feels a little bit scary approaching that. It feels almost like sacrilegious, like Rush fans would be like freaking out, going, "What are you doing, ruining a perfectly good song?" But I've got options, and I don't have to. I don't have to do it as a cover song, right? Once I've got the musical idea, I can always take the lyrics out of it and turn it into an instrumental that's inspired by the words, or even write my own words once I have a musical arrangement to go with it, right? So the possibilities are there. The possibilities are endless, right? All I need to do is just get started, right? What has that saying go? What does it go? Boldness, whatever you can conceive, begin it, because boldness has magic, power, and genius in it, right? Just got to get started. Oh, I sure went on for a while, didn't I? Considering I didn't want to talk to the camera, didn't know what I wanted to talk about today. I don't really want to commit to the idea of doing this garden project that I talked about yesterday. It's like I've got enough on my plate already. I do not want to be taken on or committing to yet another project. But I did had a look at the lyrics, the words. There's a lot of verses there, and a lot of the verses, they do have a varying structure to them. So I think if I did take this on, it would lead to a lot of melodic variation and rhythmic variations and stuff. The thing is, as I was looking at the words, I couldn't help but started hearing Geddy Lee's voice, and started where my mind started going is like imagining how Geddy Lee might sing it, and that kind of blows the idea of not having the bias, right? I'm supposed to pick a song. I'm supposed to pick the words to a song that I don't know the music that well. So. Sometimes I just can't come up with a good ending to a speech. I came to the Hazel McCallion Central Library in Mississauga this afternoon. I attended a Toastmasters meeting, and I came to meet in person one of the collaborators for what's going to be my DTM project, which is the launch of my We Call It the Life music project. So there it is, the Hazel McCallion Library there in the background behind me. I did get to meet for the first time this person. She's not just a bunch of pixels on the screen now, or a digitally recreated voice. She's a real person now. I went up for the day to the Legacy Discovery event organized by MDI. I was part of the strike team and also had two men from my men's team that were participants in the program. So it was a show of support for our men in the program to be there at the closing ceremony and as part of the strike team to help clean the place up afterwards. This is the building that was used as the training room where the participants did their classroom work. It's day 30. I made it to the end. When I started this 30-day challenge, I was pretty excited. I was inspired and motivated, especially after seeing a couple of videos on the Kathy Gets It Together channel. And I decided right then at the beginning that once I got to the end that I would actually upload, I would publish this on my YouTube channel. And as the days went by, as the weeks went by, my motivation waxed and waned. At times it was a bit lower. And as I was getting closer to the end of this, I thought, yeah, maybe I won't. I'm not going to publish this. Maybe I'll just, when I'm done, I'll just stick it on a personal drive somewhere and archive it. And the other day I actually decided I watched through the whole thing from beginning to end. And actually, the experience that I had, I felt a resurgence of motivation. I felt like as I watched myself going through the recordings, I felt like I was on the journey with the presenter myself, of course, but I felt like I was on a journey with the presenter, and I felt a connection with the presenter. So I decided I am going to publish this after all. Thinking about my next challenge already, I have some ideas for it. I'm going to do another one. I'm going to do something a little bit different for the next one. What I'm going to do is for each day, I'm going to have an AI-generated prompt, an AI-generated photo prompt. And this idea is inspired by one of the men on my men's team who does a thing that he calls creative compositions. So I'm going to do a little bit differently from what he does. I'm going to have an AI-generated photo prompt. I'm going to do my best to take a photo to fulfill the prompt, and I'll put that into my timeline. And I will tell a little bit story about that photo or about my attempts to get it. I might not be able to do that photo. I might have to go through hoops to get it, or I might have to take some creative stretches in order to justify why that particular photo meets that prompt or not. But the bottom line, yes, it's going to be a AI-generated prompt for a photo, and I'll be recording my voiceovers as voice memos only. I won't be doing the talking head video style that I did for this one. My primary reason for that will be to save space. I am running out of room on my iCloud drive. I do not want to pay to upgrade my storage. I need to clear off some of my stale files off of there to make room for new projects. So that's it for this run. And I will talk to you again in the next video. All right, take care. See you soon.